in the Chalbi Desert with Capital in the Morning.
And I remain truly grateful of them, I must add.
Excellent.
And for that reason, I did mention that we are going to have very many information planes on Tafaria, but the first one we've dedicated it to the Fundis who build the castle. So that the names are going to be seen and remain there forever.
Wow. I like that. Wow.
Now, Eunice and I are really, really grateful about, what those guys were able to do. Yeah, and like I said, inspire the guys in rural areas, give them direction, supervise them, direct them, work with them. The results are phenomenal. They're really amazing. I mean, you just have to come to that place and realize what kind of talent we have in the rural areas. Because we didn't bring in Chinese or any, top fundis from all over the country. All local guys. So there is a lot we have run away from as far as, rural areas are concerned.
Amazing. But it is the nature of life that it's not all sort of smooth sailing. What is your most terrible memory?
Well, I think I have got tons of those.
Oh.
and I'm not quite sure actually what I can highlight as the most, terrible moment. Of course, one of which was the fact that I couldn't get the grades to study engineering, which was a deep passion of mine.
None comes to mind immediately?
To be honest, none that,
Well, I think that's a good thing.
Well, let's turn it the other way around. Proudest achievement outside of Tafaria Castle, which of course is an amazing, amazing piece of work. Proudest achievement?
Oh, marrying Eunice.
I was going to ask about Eunice because we've heard her name, 4 times now?
Yes.
You must tell us about Eunice.
No, she's got a sweet darling. I mean, there's so much that I've gone through life, of course, and, a lot of average people would go through that. But it's really amazing the way she's so supportive. I don't think I would have married any better lady. She's resilient as well. We share quite a bit of background in terms of the rural lives, in terms of our upbringing. She is a very tough mother. She keeps the boys shaped up because I'm the soft one. She has been fully supportive in as far as this project is concerned as well, because I don't think there are a lot of ladies, particularly when you're living in the city and all good for you and life is nice and colorful. So she's down to earth. That I like, her boldness and simplicity as well. So yeah, marrying her was something up to this day that I always feel, yes.
Well, when we come back, we are going to ask those Chalbi questions, including the one about the desert. We're talking to George Waititu of the Tafaria Castle and Country Lodge this morning. He's on the Chalbi on 98.4 Capital FM. Starlight Muse, bringing us to 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Good morning. We're speaking with George Waititu here on the Chalbi. Today, he is the owner of Tafaria Castle and Country Lodge, and we're finding out all about him and quite a lot about the castle, actually. You spoke a lot about working with the people in your local area, giving them jobs and supervising them. Do you have an overarching view about Kenya?
Yeah, I think I'll say 2 things. First of all is the rural areas are actually on Martha. If you look at the census statistics, I think we're looking at almost 80% of us living in the rural areas, which also means that the other maybe half of the others who live in urban areas also came from rural areas. So that means that we should not ignore rural areas. Like I said, there's huge potential in there. So I think I would like to encourage Kenyans to look at rural areas, invest more there, take back their brains there. In fact, I would like to see a situation whereby every company as part of their CSR have got a rural component, because that will make huge impact on the Kenyan economy, socially, economically, and of course politically. The other thing is, and I've gotten a lot of questions in as far as how best to realize your dream, because this has happened and a lot of people are, how do I go about realizing mine? First of all, I would like to tell them that first, it's good to dream. It's important. In fact, it's necessary. It's mandatory to dream. You must have a dream.
It's mandatory.
But the thing is, dreams that will be very huge. In fact, a lot of people look at their dreams and say, gosh, this is unachievable. What I like to encourage them is that have that big dream, but then break it down into small little components and start executing in small bits. Okay, Tafaria did not just happen overnight. As a matter of fact, after we bought that small little farm, we started off by planting trees. You can imagine that, for like 2 years we're just planting trees, one seedling after another. But we knew that those trees are actually micro aspects of the bigger dream. If you want to buy a shoe today, even taking the first coin you have, if you just pay bus fare to go and look for that shoe so that you know where it is sold and how much it costs, it's a small little amount you're spending, but it's all consistent to your dream. So don't engage with it wholesome, particularly if you don't have resources. Do it in small little bits, but stay focused on the bigger picture, and it's going to happen.
Stay focused on the bigger picture. There is a message for you. Turning in a different direction, dream destinations?
Dream destinations, I think I've been to lots and lots of them because, I've been all over in about 75 countries, but there's still one that I would really like to go to. I still dream of going to, and that is Kentucky rural.
Wow. Okay, there's no way I was going to foresee that one. In my mind, I was thinking Cuba, Brazil, the usual suspects.
No, certainly not.
Why Kentucky? What is there?
Well, the thing is, I'm a rural guy, and there's this Kentucky thingy that I love so much, particularly because I love listening to country music. And my favorite being the games that people play, as sung by Don Williams.
I should have played that for you if we have it.
Oh, please. So yeah, that I think is the only one I always think about.
What would you like to do there?
Just to lazy about in the rural areas and probably get on horsebacks as well. Yeah.
This is going to be a first. I don't think we've ever had anyone on the show saying they want to go to Kentucky.
Definitely a first.
Fantastic.
But, if you were stuck in the Chalbi Desert, what 3 items would you take with you? You could take a book other than a Bible. What 3 items would you take with you if you were stuck on the Chalbi Desert?
How long would this have to be? How long?
How long are we going to be there?
How long do I intend to be stuck?
And there are things that not...
You're stuck. It's indefinite until we come and rescue you.
Well, Eunice will have to come along. I'll squeeze her into my hand.
Oh, bless! All right, Eunice, and what 3 items?
Okay. Water.
Yes, practical.
Yes.
Did you say a book?
Yeah, you can take a book, but you can't say the Bible.
Oh, okay.
You sound distraught.
This is a tough one. And this is a desert, no trees, nothing, huh?
Nothing.
Okay.
Wow.
So am I allowed to carry anything edible?
Sure.
Like eggs, so that I can bake them with a hot sand?
Okay.
All right.
Practical.
Okay.
Very
Water,
practical.
eggs.
Because all I need is to survive, really.
Yes.
A book.
Or even, we have like music.
Music maybe, but I just wonder what sort of music I'll be playing other than Don Williams. Then there'll be this other song that Lord, I hope this day is good. I think it's also sung by Don Williams as well. Yeah, to just keep going.
Excellent.
But if I've got food, I can make my eggs there. Then I'll survive long enough until Eunice comes to rescue. If I'm not allowed to carry her.
There you go. We've had George Waititu on the Chalbi. Now, if people want to know more about your castle, where it's located, how they can come and visit you, how do they get that information?
Right. I hit tafaria.com, all our Facebook, all drive to Nyeri, then drive 65 kilometers towards Nyahururu, and I'm telling you, be there before your ice cream melts. It's only 2.5 hours drive from Nairobi. You can also see us on Google Maps. If you just, Google on Google Maps Tafaria Castle, you'll find it. It's right next to the Aberdares, overlooking the Laikipia Plains.
Wow.
Quite a scenic place.
Fantastic.
If you got a chopper, I think it's just about less than 40 minutes. Over the Aberdares.
Yes.
Just a hop.
I'll be sure to take
Yes.
my
Washuka, if you could warm up the chopper, if you could fire it up.
We better start doing that. Yeah, but it's a place that is a must visit. Our rate starts from 9,000 per person sharing, all the way to 40,000 if you want to take up the lot room, which you're highly encouraged to. And yeah, you find meals. If you want local stuff, you can get boiled maize because it's season now. And you can do lots of things on site. You can swim at the highest altitude pool in Kenya, by the way.
Oh, right.
We're at 7,700 feet. It gets very nice when the weather holds. You can fish, like I said, horse ride, go for games drive next door, or bush breakfast and dinners, or just, leisure around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic.
And for an open-air Roman-type amphitheater, we're looking for installation artists because we need a lot of art in there. We want to make it a huge art center. Okay, other than it serving as a community center.
There you go. So all of the installation artists, you've heard it from Mr. George Waititu of the Tafaria Castle and Country Lodge. Get yourselves out there, get in contact with him, and your artwork could be showing at the castle. Thank you so much for coming out to the Chalbi this morning. It's been great having you.
You're most welcome. Yeah. I hope I'm not lost in that desert.
No, we'll come rescue you.
I'm sure Eunice will.
Oh, well, Eunice, yes, Eunice is on her way as we speak. Good morning. It's the top of the hour, and here comes the news with One Boy Wawero.